because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncers' guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with my boy, Aston Brown. Aston, what's happening, mate?
What's happening, bro? How are you? You good, aye?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Listen, how's things with you? I mean, obviously, you've had your comeback fight. You've wiped the cobwebs clean off. So what's next, man? When can we see Aston Brown back out?
Hopefully the end of July, mate. I'm hearing a few things, so I can't really say it now, but just waiting on it to be confirmed, mate. But I've been back doing Liverpool. I helped Keegan out with some sparring. I was back training, then obviously the boys are away to New York, so I just came home for a couple of weeks. But I'm just keeping myself active, keeping myself in shape, mate. Weight's coming down, so I'll be ready to go back to Liverpool and get stuck right in the camp.
Mate, you should have came and seen me. I'm the ultimate pad man. You should have came and seen me.
You're looking good at it. You're getting good, man.
I'm trying, Aston. The reason I wanted to get you on is obviously our friend Josh Taylor. He's got a huge fight out in New York. I'm guessing you're like me. You're gutted that you're not over there. There of us, but we'll be watching on TV, no doubt. Josh Taylor is in another huge fight at the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, against Teofimo Lopez. Just talk to me about that fight.
Mate, it's massive, and it's a massive fight. Just the eyes have been on it all week, you know what I mean? Over the last couple of weeks, especially all the stuff coming out, the interviews, all the press stuff coming out. It looks, I'm gutted I'm not there, mate, but it's a massive fight, and it's a massive fight for Josh. Teofimo Lopez is a fantastic fighter, mate. He's an elite level fighter, just like Josh Taylor, but I just think 100% focused Josh Taylor, which I see him right now, is just far too much for Teofimo Lopez. I was just talking to Joe Mack about it there, I mean, over message, and we're saying that 100% focused Josh Taylor. Nobody can beat him. You know what I mean? That's my opinion.
You mentioned Josh is 100% focused, and you've been in camp with him. You're down in Liverpool. You're in the Rotunda gym with Joe and Deco, with Josh. You've seen him sparring. You've seen the sparring sessions. You've seen him training. You've seen the circuits, the runs, and whatnot. I suppose the question is, how 100% on it is Josh? Is he the Josh that we saw from the pro grade days and the Branchik days when he won them world titles?
So what I'm seeing, mate, before he left, obviously, for New York, I was seeing that the last couple of weeks he's sparring that, just his intensity just stepped up a bit, Andy. You know what I mean? You can see the focus change. And I watched that because I look at that going, that's the way an elite level fighter must act. You know what I mean? And he is an elite level fighter, you know what I mean? I look up to the guy, and something just changed, mate. You know what I mean? And he's if another gear. He went another gear, mate. You know what I mean? And that must be the way it works when you're at that level. So what I'm seeing, mate, because again, it's all new to me because I'm not an elite level fighter yet. You know what I mean? And I'm going, right, that's the old Josh Taylor I know, but an even better one, a more mature one. You know what I mean? Knows what he wants. 100% focused. And then the last couple of weeks have been earlier, mate. He's just looking in great shape. I seen the pictures of him yesterday, man. He was ripped. You know what I mean? I know the last day is going to be, tomorrow is going to be his hardest day, but he looks in some shape, mate, and he looks relaxed, calm, and ready, Andy, you know what I mean? And enjoying himself, mate, because at the end of the day, we need to enjoy this, you know what I mean?
Definitely, like I said, it's a short career, so you've got to get as much out of it as you can. You talk about him being out in New York and in great shape, but you see what I've noticed about Josh out in New York as well is he's laughing and joking and having a great time out there. He looks calm. I mean, every single sort of like top ranked video, Sky Sports video, whatever video he's on, top of Empire State Building, he's cracking jokes, he's laughing, he's screaming from the top of his lungs from the Empire State Building. Is that the old saying, a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, isn't it?
100%, mate. I think that's the thing we missed with Josh Taylor, maybe in his last couple of fights. You know what I mean? Especially his last fight was that happy Josh Taylor. He's got that switch, mate. He's just he's a carry-on character. You know what I mean? He just carries on. He has a laugh, mate. But once it's time to go to work, man, he just switches that button, mate. And so that's how I know he's focused, mate. Know what I mean? He's enjoying himself. He's got his wife out there. He's got his family out there. He's got a good team round about him, and I think that's a big important thing for Josh Taylor is the team round about him, and he's got all his trust in Joe and Declan. Know what I mean? And I see that when he's working with them, mate, how much he trusts these guys and how much he's enjoying their training, and I think that's a dangerous Josh Taylor.
You mentioned him having his wife and his mum and dad out there, a few fans and his friends and stuff like that. That's something he didn't have in the Ramirez fight when he went to Vegas. So it's every fighter's dream either to like sort of fight in Vegas or Madison Square Garden. Josh has done the Vegas side of things, but it was only me and about 8 other jocks out there. Do you know what I mean? So this time round, at least he's got that sort of the familiarity with it, with his friends and family and stuff like that, which is good for Josh. But I go back a little bit, when you and Josh were in that GB squad, in your heart, did you ever sort of like, I know you probably spoke about it together, like, oh, I want to fight in Madison Square Garden one day, I want to fight in Vegas one day. Did your heart, did you ever think that like any of you would do it? Like, obviously it's one of them ones where you can dream about it, but it's making it a reality.
I think Josh Taylor knew he was going. I think, and personally, mate, I knew he was going to do it, and so did everybody else on that squad. He was just phenomenal, mate. Know what I mean? He was always phenomenal. He's one of the fighters you can watch all day. But I genuinely believe that guy believed he was going to do it. And by the way, if you believe it, you can achieve it, mate. And he done it. Know what I mean? I believe myself I could do it, mate. But I had different paths to things happened in life. Know what I mean? But right now I believe it again. Know what I mean? I'm on that. But he's 100% believed in himself since day one, mate, and he's achieved it. Know what I mean? It's unbelievable. It's special, mate.
Especially coming from Scotland. I mean, it's probably that everyone, shut up, you're talking shit. But it is hard. It does feel like there's no media up here. There's no big promoters up here. There's nobody really is. Giving a shit is probably the wrong thing to say, but it's hard for one of us to make it that big. Do you know what I mean?
Aye,
and it's the truth.
Oh, big time, mate. And you just don't get as much push down here, mate, right? And so it's a wee bit harder, know what I mean? But Josh Taylor will be the best fighter that Scotland's had, but in our lifetime, I reckon. He'll be gone, and then it'll need to be somebody else who comes in. That's how good this guy is. And he's just going to go and show it again Saturday night, and then I reckon he goes on and he dominates the welterweight division as well. He could even get that Crawford and Spence fight, I don't know, but I just believe in this guy so much, mate, because I know how much he believes in himself and I know how talented he is. Some people haven't even seen 50% of Josh Taylor, and especially with that last fight, mate, people writing him off and all that shit, know what I mean? That's a lot of crap, know what I mean? The guy's undisputed champion of the world for a reason, mate. He's an elite fighter.
Definitely, and that's something from the Lock End days. You when we were there, obviously I can remember training alongside Josh, and you just sort of, the way he trained, it's like that. You mentioned that switch. Is that Josh is a carry-on character, but he does have that switch, and he has got that sort. He jokes about with Hank, like this guy Hank from me, myself, and Irene, that you can switch to that guy quite quickly, like a split personality. And sometimes you would see that even when he was a kid, when he was training, he would joke, but it was time to go to work, he would go to work. Do you know what I mean? He's just got that mentality.
100%, mate. And the guy's, if he doesn't get something right, he's annoyed with himself, mate. And I believe the best are like that. I do, Andy. I believe they're like that. You know what I mean? If he ever an off day in sparring, which we all have, he's wanting to correct that next day, mate. And I reckon that's how he's the best fighter on the planet, mate, because of that mentality. You know what I mean?
I do want to touch on the fight week sort of stuff as well, because we mentioned there that Josh is having a good time. He's laughing, he's joking, and he's in some shape. You just need to go on Josh's Instagram and you'll see the post that he's put up. But I do want to get your thoughts on a comment that Teofimo Lopez made. I'm not going to say, I don't know don't quote me from this word for word, but he says something along the lines of, a fighter died last month. He was 22 years old. This is the kill or be killed business. So I want to kill Josh Taylor. Now, as a fighter that puts his life on the line all the time when you step through them ropes, what's your thoughts on that?
I think his head's gone a wee bit, mate. I don't think Teofimo Lopez is actually. I think there's something missing there, mate. Know what I mean? I think he's a bit damaged, but and he's a mentally fucked, to be honest with you. Saying stuff like that, mate, isn't my cup of tea. Know what I mean? It's not my cup of tea, mate. This is a sport. Listen, we've got life outside this sport as well. Know what I mean? Life's more important. Well, we do this because we choose to do this. So comments, I don't think you can rattle Josh Taylor with the comments, but that's the thing. I think Josh is just a bit mad in himself, mate, and doesn't give a fuck. You couldn't rattle Josh Taylor with the comments. Maybe other fighters, aye, but Josh Taylor's just a fighter, mate. He's just doing the business, and that's all he's all about, mate. He will not care one bit about that.
Obviously, it's what it'll be on Thursday. The press conference is today. It'll probably run about 8 o'clock tonight. I think it is, or 6 o'clock tonight. Weigh in tomorrow, and then it's fight night. Aston, I'm an old man now, right? So I'm gonna have to set my alarm for 3 o'clock. I can't stay awake for this nonsense anymore. I've got to wake up for big fights. Can you stay awake, or are you one of them guys that sets their alarm?
Do you know what, mate? See, years ago I used to stay up all night, right? I don't know why I just didn't set an alarm, wake up, but I'll be just going to bed and set an alarm, wake up, but it'll be a while before it, so I'll make sure I catch it, mate, because I'm not missing this. Listen to the life on me, you know what I mean? And if I wake my neighbours up, I do apologise in advance for the screaming and shouting.
Listen, I'll probably say the same. I apologise to my neighbours as well. Yeah. So it's Saturday night. Josh is fighting Teofimo Lopez, a big fight, a huge fight out in America, ESPN, Sky Sports, puts his WBO and I think his Ring Magazine titles on the line. How does this fight end, Aston?
Ends in 4 rounds, mate. Josh Taylor knocks him out in 4 rounds. I've said it for day one, so I'm not going to change it, mate. I just think the day they're going to come together at the press conference and people are going to go, oh, okay, size difference. You know what I mean? Josh Taylor ain't no small fucking light welterweight, you know what I mean? He's more like a middleweight coming down. He's a big guy. As long as Josh does this weight correctly tomorrow in the weight cut, it's 100% focused, he'll destroy him within 4 rounds, mate. Definitely.
Well, listen, it's going to be an exciting fight, and I'm absolutely buzzing for it. Like I am in every big fight, and like it's no secret, right? I'm friends with Josh, and I'm a fan of Josh's as well, so it's no secret about that. And I know it's hard for me because people think I need to stay impartial. I'm a media guy, and I do, but it is hard when you've known somebody from the gym days before you even done this media sort of thing. You trained alongside them, so it's hard to say that.
People say to me, "Oh, you're just biased." I'm right. I'm fucking biased. This guy's the best fighter on the planet. Of course I'm biased, and he's my best bro. So, you know what I mean? I'm with him all the way. You know what I mean, mate? You know what I mean? He's beating everybody. You know what I mean? So, there we go, innit?
Last, well said, mate. Fucking well said. Yeah, back to you then. Obviously, you had your comeback fight. I just want to get a quick touch on you. Listen, we're going to do a proper sit down. I'm going to come and meet you next week, wherever it may be. I'm doing in South Lanarkshire, mate. So if we can sort of meet in Glasgow. We'll tie in somewhere. We're going to get a proper sit down because you've got an intriguing story, and I think the boxing community deserves to hear it from yourself and your own words. So, but we'll stick on the boxing side of things now until we get that interview out. You're training alongside in a gym which is flying at the moment. You mentioned you helped Keevan out. Liam Smith, you've helped him out. JJ Metcalf is the new IBO world champion, light middleweight. You've got bloody young Jack Turner who's made his debut as well. Frankie Stringer's out in New York right now as well. Right. Now, then you've got Josh Taylor, who we spoke about at length there, but they've got Aston Brown in that gym.
Yeah, they haven't they? They've got Aston the bad man, AB, you know what I mean? Listen, mate, if we can get an 8 or a 10 rounder, maybe by the end of July, mate, that's the way I'm looking for my career to move on. You know what I mean? I don't need to, and as Joe Mack said it quite often, I can be pushed quite quick. Do my experience, obviously, in the amateurs, you know what I mean? And I've not got time on my side, mate. So we're going to push quick, mate, and hopefully by next year, end of the year or next year, mate, we'll be fighting for some recognised title, you know what I mean? And then day by day, mate, we'll take it, you know what I mean? We'll take whatever comes, mate. I'm just loving being back doing what I do, mate, and doing what I do best, you know what I mean?
Definitely. It's good to see you back, Aston, like I said, and listen, enjoy the fight Saturday night. If Sunday morning, I'll get a reaction from you. We'll get a reaction interview done as well, if that's all right with you. And then we'll tie in next week, and we'll find somewhere to sit down and have a good chat and talk about things. But Aston, like I said to you, it's always good to see you smiling, brother, and it's good to have you back. And listen, I'll speak to you soon, my man.
Speak to you soon, Andy. Cheers, mate.
Aston, thanks, mate. Bye-bye.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
Must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their girlfriends. Right, the bouncer's girlfriend.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,